In tonight's episode, a light in the darkness.
Now I have found hope amidst the hopelessness, and I've got Michael to thank for that.
A rare find.
It's a hit.
And
like a fine red wine, keeps on getting better again. Well, good day to you one and all. It is I, Justin Hawkins, and this is Justin Hawkins Rides Again. You find me in sombre and reflective mood this afternoon. I've been thinking a lot about age, especially as I took a step further into my current decade on Tuesday. It was my birthday. And almost serendipitously, it coincided with the recent release of a song, which has been helping me through. So for anyone else who is similarly struggling with their late 20s, this one's for you. I'll do the theme tune and then I'll let you know what I'm actually on about. Justin Hawkins Rides Again. That's right. Again. Okay. All right, so if, as a fan of rock, you're probably not familiar with the legends of the musical theatre world here in the UK, I want to introduce you to the luminary Michael Ball. Since making his West End debut in 1985, he's released 22 solo records, and Glow, his 23rd, comes out next month. Its lead single, Vintage, is the track that I want to talk about, having tortured my band and crew with it throughout the Darknesses tour of Australia last month, but I can't take all the credit stroke blame for that. Rufus showed me some footage of him recording it, and I was kind of like, I don't know, it's the kind of thing that really gets me. I loved it. So I've actually met Michael Ball, and he won't remember this because it was such a long time ago, and it was in between sort of shooting scenes for Telstar, the Joe Meek story. And Joe Meek was played by Con O'Neill. I've forgotten which of the studio complexes that we were working in, because I've done so much. I haven't done a lot of acting. I'm not really an actor. For one does not merely act when one is a thespian.
A gig in a shop.
I do not act, I embody.
Well, I think it's fucking ridiculous.
Anyway, enough about that. So in between shooting, we went outside, and Michael Ball said to Con O'Neill, "Oh, you're doing Telstar, are you? Hope you're not still doing that bloody awful West Country accent," because Joe Meek was from the West Country, so Con O'Neill was obliged to do this West Country, almost Cornish accent. And I think if you do that with a gruff, sort of low voice, you end up sounding like Mr. Krabs, that kind of stuff. But I think Con O'Neill's was doing it sort of in a higher pitched way. It's probably based on some observations of the way Joe Meek actually spoke.
It's our first good chance for hit, so it can't be shoddy.
So what I realised in that moment was that Michael Ball is one of those guys who doesn't mind getting under the skin or up the nose or in the head of other actors who are working on productions that he's not even involved with. It sort of reminded me of the kind of stories that you hear about people like Philip Seymour Hoffman, that he was sort of legendarily a scene stealer. So like when there was some dialogue happening that didn't involve Philip Seymour Hoffman, he might rustle a bag of crisps off camera so that one of the actors looked to him, and then the director or the editor was obliged to cut to Philip Seymour Hoffman doing that or whatever, and thus he would get more screen time. I thought in that moment, that's what Michael Ball is like. He's really just a commanding presence and not afraid to speak his mind, and obviously that's something that I really respect. So anyway, let's have a listen to Vintage by Michael Ball. I've been excited about this one. Oh boy, I'm so grateful to Rufus for introducing me to this song. It's brought nothing but joy. I'll explain why as we get into it. Again. I have not seen the official video yet, by the way. I've only seen like little clips of it on Rufus's Instagram.
I'm not as fast as I used to be.
Now, see, what I love about this is we all know Michael Ball can sing his arse off, right? But in that first line of Here, you can hear there's a bit of pitch correction on it.
I'm not as fast as I used to be.
Fast. There's a sort of bit of what probably Rick Beato might call an artifact, and is that sort of gargles a bit when the note's being pulled around. Pretty sure Wings of Pegasus would have something to say about that as well. It's being snapped to something, which would suggest that it's an early take, if not the only take that he did, because it's Michael Ball. Why the fuck? Who the fuck are you to expect him to do more than one take? You know, he doesn't make records in the traditional way, I don't think. How can you get 23 albums out if you're exacting over every single line? So I think what I like about it is that it's just him giving a performance and saying, ball out, I'm out of here, see you later, do what you want with it. You know, it's brilliant. It's kind of like phoning it in a way, but I think it's actually more confident than that. It's more, here's the song, that's it.
And they might need explaining. I'm happy staying home on a Saturday night, living life a little slower and just taking my time. I may be older, but I'm wiser.
See and then I'm just going to pause it here. This is like something that had been clipped down and extracted for a very short video that Rufus showed me initially. He's wearing his headphones, got his reading glasses on, and he's got the lyrics on his phone, which suggests that they haven't routined the song enough for it to go in and for him to know it off by heart. It might be the first take. I think it's just amazing. It really is.
Every time you write me off, that's when I have to remind you I'm vintage, pre-owned and pre-loved.
Love that. Vintage, pre-owned and pre-loved. I mean, I should have mentioned at the top of the show, for this episode, I deliberately wore some things that are vintage. This is a vintage cravat, which was gifted to me by Frankie Poulin from The Darkness. And this is a vintage shirt that I picked up. Still, there's a load of life left in it, you know? And I think that's really the point that Michael's making there. You know, as you reach my age and you sort of think, oh, what opportunities do I have? You know, you sort of feel hopeless, you know, but now I have found hope amidst the hopelessness, and I've got Michael to thank for that.
I've been around the block, yeah, I could show you some stuff. Vintage, I know how it works. Say you know it all, well listen, I did it first. Like a fine red wine that keeps.
See, I love that movement there. Now, when we were on tour in Australia, I sort of developed that into a shoulders up, and then it turned into this. Like a fine red wine, keeps on getting better. Give it time, cause new won't last forever. Vintage, cause I lived it. Why do I know this so well? Oh, because I've listened to it 1,000 times. It's a hit.
I'm getting better, you just give it time, cause new won't last forever. Vintage, cause I've lived it. You can learn a couple lessons from me. Don't need all your technology.
Whenever you hear that clapping pattern, it just makes you happy. Makes everybody happy.
Your technology.
So over in the right speaker, there's a little bit of don't need all your technology. There's a little bit of lead playing there, and it's kind of got that guitar sound that Daryl Sturmer sort of used throughout the 80s, really, on his work with Phil Collins and others.
Sometimes analog's better.
I never noticed that piano lick that's in there.
And I'm right where I want to be.
That's got to be an octave of that, isn't it? Yes, up there.
But I'm happy to let you go and find your own way, because I did the same.
There's a line there where he hasn't given himself an opportunity to drop in, especially not in the old-fashioned sense. I mean, if this was, you know, he's mentioned in the lyrics earlier, sometimes analog's better. If this was analog and it was tape, you'd be obliged to sort of do a punch in at some point here, and you'd want the singer to give you a bit of space to be able to pull that off, because otherwise you ruin the line before it as well as the one you're aiming for, if you see what I mean. But he just sings right through and even puts like this massive kind of West End vibrato on it.
Because I did the same, trying to find some
answers and somebody to blame.
When you're younger, life feels longer. You might think you got forever, but it's creeping up on you.
Yeah! There's a little bit of anguish in that. It's just great, isn't it?
Pre-owned and pre-loved.
Wayne is wearing a Hermes belt. If that's vintage, that's a hell of a find. Those are expensive.
Say you know it all, well listen, I did it first, like a fine red wine that keeps on getting better. You just give it time, cause new won't last forever. Vintage, cause I've lived it. You can learn a couple lessons, learn a couple lessons.
I love that. Learn a couple lessons, learn a couple. A little punch there with an unexpected sort of double bit at the end of the chorus, going into what one would hope, and in fact one knows, is going to be a middle-aged section.
Stick around long enough, and you'll see that your value goes up. All those years around the clock with something just because you have lived and you have loved, but you're not ready to stop.
Please tell me it's going to be a guitar solo. I know it's going to be a guitar solo. So, answers on a postcard. How many bars of solo is Michael going to give the guitarist? Now, if it's 16, then they're playing for the song. If it's 8, then they've got one eye on radio playlists. If it's 4, they're going for world domination, and they're not giving the guitarist any room for manoeuvre, because this is something that exists in the sort of pop theatre world. It's ideal for Radio 2. So, answer on a postcard: 4, 8, or 16 bars. Let's count them.
You have lived and you have loved, but you're not ready to stop.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Vintage.
He only gave him 4 bars. He's going for it. That's what it tells me. This is an ambitious record. This is Michael Ball saying, I'm getting on the radio with this.
Pre-owned and pre-loved. I've been around the block, yeah, I could show you some stuff.
I love that sort of when he's talking about being around the block, and then he starts doing that. That could be a dance trend on the TikTok, couldn't it? I suppose.
Vintage, cause I've lived it. Won't you learn a couple lessons? Learn a couple lessons. You can learn a couple lessons from me.
Me. Right, that end bit there's nothing on that. No auto-tune. Auto-tune? No need. That's Michael. So the bits where, it's well in his wheelhouse, that kind of, that really sort of heroic bit of singing at the end, and other bits that are kind of where he's obliged to project and stuff, and he's comfortable and familiar with the cadence of the song and everything. There's no need for them to interfere with that. But what I believe, and I don't know, I saw it on one of his Instagram posts. It was him singing the last bit of the song, or he got to the end of the chorus, took his reading glasses off and put his phone down, and I was thinking, that's him. He's finished the take. I'd like to imagine that that's just the one take that he did, and straight after he's on the phone to his mates. Yeah, I've done the take. Yep, I'll see you down there, and he's off. And the producer's probably like, nice one, Michael, that's lovely, especially towards the end, brilliant stuff. Do you think we could try and get that? Oh, he's gone. Michael Ball. Oh, what a hero. I mean, that song is like, it made me laugh when I first listened to it. I love the concept of it. It's definitely aiming for Radio 2. And he's such a character. It made me, when I heard it, I listened to it and I remembered the time the brief encounter that I had with him. I don't know, it made me sort of go back and look at some of his earlier works. And there was a lot of fun stuff in there that made me laugh a lot. And obviously some really, really impressive singing as well. He's a hell of a character. And I want you to tell me what you think of it all in the comments section below. And for people my age, there is hope and there is life after a certain, I mean, I've experienced some sort of fairly cataclysmic bits of emotional upheaval over the years, and you're always obliged to sort of rebuild, and a song like this comes along and gives you hope, and I have Michael to thank for that. Michael Ball, Vintage, check it out. Justin Hawkins rides again. Pretty sure I'd love to have Michael Ball on as a guest. I think he would be a really fascinating chat. So if anybody knows him, tell him to hit me up. Nice one, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, watch one of these 2 videos, and I will see you on the ice. That's right.
Again.